Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. So today we're actually gonna talk about 10 job ideas that you can get here in Ayia Napa to start working here, because it's an absolutely amazing place to work at, because I've been working there myself. I have some experience, so I can tell you about these places that you can work at because I know many people in the industry. So let's dive into it. So the first one is actually holiday rep slash tour guide. Both of these are really cool and they are a little bit different from each other. So the holiday rep is usually with a bigger company and you go to different hotels and take care of guests there. It's more like a service-minded work with some administrative stuff and also getting tours or actually guiding tours, which is a super cool thing, and you're selling some excursions to your guests and make sure that all of them are having a wonderful holiday. That is what usually, like, in a very basic level of what you do as a holiday rep. This is what I've been doing for the past 3 years and it's something I really love deeply into my heart. And the other one is tour guide. That is more like advanced and you're maybe having like a freelancing stuff, or you're actually going with a bigger company also, but the only thing you do is the tours. So for example, if you love guiding tours or you know a lot of the place that you're visiting, or especially in Ayia Napa, then definitely apply as a tour guide, because it's a really cool way to meet new people every day and it's a really cool role. The next one I want to talk about is, for example, if you are having a good experience in childcare, then a childcare rep in a hotel would be something that is super cool for you. So it's like playing around with the kids all day, having a really good time, making sure that all the kids have the best holiday that they can get. And this is because usually they have loads of rules at home that they need to follow, but here in the kids clubs they can all go wild, having a really good time and get memories for life. Then we actually have, in the same type of industry with hotels, you have something that is called fitness and leisure. And this is like a fitness instructor or leisure in itself. So here you can, for example, just do fitness classes in hotels, which is really cool. So you get hired into different hotels and you're gonna have fitness classes here every day through the whole summer or the winter if you are going on a winter destination. What you can also do, because you are in the leisure era, maybe you can be a football coach or swim coach. This is also a very popular thing in different hotels that some companies want to provide to their guests. Really cool concept. I really like it. And then you can also, something that is super popular in Ayia Napa, which will basically be the easiest job to get out there, because I know people that have gotten it just by asking. Alright? And that is being a promoter. And being a promoter can be different things, but most of them I would say it's like a party, event, bars, and clubs promoter. So these go on around all day and in the evening to promote the different things that their company is using. So most of the time it's a bar, club, or an event, right? So by being this, you are having to be very like open, so you can talk to people and actually promote your services. And for example, if you're in the night, you want to get people into your bar or whatever event you're having. It's a super social job and it's something that I know people that's been loving to work with, and that is a really good opportunity. It can actually be as simple as you're maybe a promoter for a normal restaurant even. So it doesn't even have to be like a club if that's not something you're interested in. So now when we are going into number 5, that is barista slash bartender. This is a really popular job down here in Ayia Napa, and I can totally recommend it for anyone that wants to have something with the barista slash bartendering job. And the cool thing with these two is that either you have like a chill and relax type of job. I know that it's a hard job to be a barista, but it's not like the loud music pumping in your ears all night. And if that's something that is more for you, to be a bartender, work in the late nights, maybe you're a night owl and you want to serve people with the drinks all night, then totally in the bartender space is something that you should look into. And even better, if you do have an education and that is a higher chance that you will get a job, because some places don't even hire bartenders if they don't have an education. There is a few places that I can recommend. There is a European bartender school that is super cool. You can check that out. I know some of my friends at home that has done this education. It's like 5 weeks and then you're done. It's really cool. And jumping into number 6, we have Lifeguard. This is something that has grown to a very popular thing the latest years. And being a lifeguard is pretty chill. You don't do much usually. It's what I've seen at least. Please tell me if you've been a lifeguard and if there is anything that is like super hype. But otherwise, I see them have a pretty chill day. Sure, it can be boring maybe to just sit around and waiting for something to happen. Hopefully it doesn't, but if this is a job that you want to and just to get out there and actually live abroad a little bit, that is a perfect opportunity for you to become a lifeguard. It's a really good starter point to get out. Then you can actually, if you have some more interest in tourism or hospitality, then I do recommend you to apply as a receptionist. This is a really giving job that gives you a lot of experience as well as the holiday rep. But here you are stationed in a hotel all the time and you have the set hours. So it's like you're having AC all day. It's super chill with that. It can also be a very administrative job, which it is, but it's a really good job. And I know many, of course, receptionists because I've been in the business for so long. I can totally recommend you to do something like this if you are a people person and you are a problem-solving person. It's a really cool job that you should check out. Then we have, if we jump back to the tour guiding sense, you have something called tour seller, basically. And a tour seller is kind of a person that is in a shop or out somewhere and selling tours. So it's almost like promoter, but just for tours. So this is something that you are doing excursions. You're not doing the excursion yourself most of the time, you're just selling them. So you get either a set amount of money or maybe you can have some commission as well. And through here, you're then selling the tours to the guests around the area that is visiting, for example, Ayia Napa in this sense. So this is a really cool job idea and it's something that I haven't tried yet, but I know a lot of people in this niche and they are super happy with it, and it's something that you can do for many years because it's not so with the tour seller, it's not that demanding as the other ones maybe. So it's easy to just get stuck and work there for many years, and it's absolutely super cool idea. I would then actually recommend you to something that I really like is diving or snorkeling instructor. So this is something that is super amazing because you get to be in the ocean all day. So if you've been snorkeling a lot before or you have just been a diver, then this is definitely a job for you. Do you have the license? Then it's super easy to become usually a diving instructor, and then you can also become snorkeling instructor. In that case, you usually don't need so much education stuff. It's mostly, can you do it? Can you teach others? This is what you need. So these type of jobs, it's a longer process of getting the job. If you don't know anyone, for example, if you do know a company already in a place, then definitely just go there and speak to them and see if they have any available jobs. I met a guy down in Thailand last season, and with that guy, he started out as a holiday rep in Thailand. And then with the supplier he was working with, selling tours for diving and snorkeling, he then got offered by them to have a job. So this guy, he accepted the job and he became a snorkeling instructor. So it was pretty easy. He didn't have any education in this, but he got everything through by working with them. So that is a really cool experience for him, and it's something that can happen to you also if you do show yourself out there and being interested in the job. And something as the last one that I really love is of course photography. So you can become a photographer more like a freelance, or there is like smaller companies that could hire you to take photos. It's super popular in destinations to take photos of people. So if you ever like have any experience or just a little bit of experience, you can absolutely start as a photographer on destinations. So it's more like a freelance job, and you don't have a boss and stuff like that most of the time if you don't come into like an agency. It's absolutely something I really like. We do have loads of photographers around in my hotel that come a few times a week just to take photos of the guests. This makes really good experiences for the guests themselves because they get some memories. Then they can have also these photos printed directly on spot. Me myself personally, I usually work with that everyone gets the digital copies for a higher price, and that is how the business structure is like very easy for everyone. Because if the guest wants to print them out, they can do so, but everything is also a digital copy for saving forever. You can't really do that with something that is already printed. By age and time, it is gonna get ruined. So that's why I always give the digital copies, and from there they can do whatever they want with the copies. But yeah, that was my actually 10 ideas for jobs while working abroad in, for example, Ayia Napa. So I want to tell you something more, that if you are gonna get a job, then there is usually some documentation or other stuff that you will need. So I would actually recommend you to watch this video here to learn all about the documentations that you usually need to start working, especially in Cyprus. So it will take you through all of the steps and why you would like to move there. So some tips and tricks to move here. Okay guys, thank you very much for seeing the full video. I would recommend you to subscribe to the channel to hear more, and until further, have a good day. Thank you.